Well, good morning, everyone, team. Welcome back to the sessions. So let me start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So in the yesterday's session, in day 2, we were talking about the concepts the topics with respective to the Oracle Knowledge Repository team, like where we can access the Oracle standard documentation in the system and all. I have introduced it to you. And then we spoke about the certification concept in yesterday's class team, like how in the Fusion application, the certification concept will be working. Okay, as I told you, module-wise, Oracle offering certification to their application team, and how to book the exam, what will be the cost of the exam, what is the examination pattern, that all we have discussed in yesterday's class. And I also introduced to you the Fusion applications, like when a customer or a client buy this license or product from Oracle, how the application will be delivered to them. I mean to say, in which form the application will be delivered to them. As it is a cloud-based technology team, I told you the application will be delivered in the form of this URL. And what are the different names that we will be referring the application team? You can call it as a URL, you can call it as a link, environment, instance, server, or pod, right? I told you we can call this with different names, right, team? What do you mean by POD? I told platform on demand, and client to client, customer to customer. What will be the differentiation that we have to be noticing in the URLs or the environments team? These 4 characters in every client's application, the pod number, whatever I'm highlighting here, team, will be different from customer to customer when Oracle selling the product, I told team, right? So, and then we introduced it to the application also yesterday, how to log in into the system, what are all these home screen features that we are seeing currently. Okay, what is this area called as Springboard, functional area, sub-functional area, then the navigator, right, team? And what are these icons? This introduction we have in our yesterday's class, team. Now today, I will be starting with the topic of security administration in the Fusion application team. So wherever you go, any implementation that you will be part of, you are going to start with. Okay, wherever you go, any implementation that you are going to work for, the very first fundamental understanding in the application that you should have will be, team, this security administration in the system. What is this security administration in Fusion application team? What we are going to discuss in this particular concept, let me keep it in fresh slide. Okay, let's say sheet 1 I'm giving. So we are going to start with security administration in today's class, team. So what is this security administration? Okay, what are the concepts that we are going to discuss in this component team? In security administration, we are going to talk about 2 things. What are they? One is user account management. One is user account management in the Fusion application, and the other one is, team, role management in the Fusion application. Okay, one is user account management and the other one is role management in the Fusion application. We will be talking about these 2 aspects in the concept of security administration team. So first of all, what is this user account management? See, team, in order to access the Fusion application team, let me sign out first of all. In order to access the Fusion application team, we require user ID and login. Correct. I mean, user ID and password. we require an account to log in into the system. Correct. So when we go for an implementation project, how the user accounts to us will be delivered, team? Who will be giving the user ID and password to us? For example, I will give you a picture here, team. Let's assume Tata Group is our client. Okay, we are going to configure for Tata. Let's say Tata and Deloitte. Two companies are there, team. I mean, on day one, I talk about the different types of companies involved, team. Let's assume Tata Group purchased this license from Oracle. Okay. Now Tata planning to use Oracle Fusion applications in their in-house operations team. So Tata Group purchased the license from Oracle Corporation team that they are going to use this Oracle Fusion cloud applications in their in-house day-to-day HR operations team. Okay. Tata is the client or the customer who bought the application from Oracle. So Tata Group given the project to Deloitte, who is the implementation partner for Tata Group team. Deloitte, as we all know, it's a consulting IT firm. We will be working in this organization team. Okay. Just give me a second, team. Just give me a second, team. One second. Just one second, team. I will be back. Some participants trying to join, so that's why I'm trying to let them in. Okay. So let's suppose, team, Tata Group given the project to Deloitte here. So we will be working in these IT companies. That's what I told you, right? As a Oracle HCM consultants team. Let's suppose we are team of 10 members, okay, who deployed for the project of Tata Group team. Okay. So we are working in Deloitte and now our company got the project from Tata Group. Tata given their project to Deloitte. So we 10 members as a team, we will be called as implementation consultants team. We will be called as implementation consultants. Okay. We 10 members deployed for the Tata Group team. So we will be working for the implementation of our client Tata. So all these modules we are going to configure for our client team. So who will be giving the access to the application team? So all of our 10 members require the application access of Tata Group because we have to start working in the application team. We have to configure all the modules of our client like the core HR, absence, payroll, talent, whatever the modules that client going to use. Okay, we have to configure them. So we will be require access to the application team. How will the access will be given for our 10 members? How the user ID and passwords will be created team? For that reason, I'm discussing this concept of security administration initially team. In security administration, we will be talking about these two concepts. One is user account management in the system. How in the Fusion application, the user accounts will be created and maintained. How in the Fusion application, the user accounts will be created and maintained. And next team, how in the Fusion application, the security is working. Means when a user log into the system, to what all are the functionalities that user should be accessible, that we should know team. So that is what we are going to see in our security administration. So when it comes to user account management team, okay, in Fusion application, we will be having the provision to create the user accounts in two ways. One is team automatic or automatically, okay, automatically system generating the user accounts team. We have one approach is automatically system generating team, and second one will be manual way of creation. Manual way of creation. So we have two options in the Fusion application as far as user accounts are concerned team. One is automatically system generating the user account in the application and manual way of creation. For the employees team, when I use automatically system creating the user account, for the employees in the application team, means once we hand over the system to the client starts using the application for their day-to-day HR activities team. So when HR hire the employees directly into the system, for that, automatically application itself will create the user accounts team. As a HR admins, they no need to manually go and they no need to create the user accounts for all the employees that they are hiring. Why? Because team, in a company, for every employee, the application access to be given, because employees should able to access their personal information. Employees should able to apply the leaves in the system. They should able to check their pay slips, everything. So every employee will be given with the access to the application team. For that reason, every employee in the system, they should have their user accounts and passwords to be created team. So what I'm telling here, for employees in the system, whenever hiring happening team, system will generate the user accounts automatically for that employees team. Then Kumar, why we have manual way of creation team? Why we have manual way of creation team? When system generating the user account, if there is any data discrepancy, basically team, we have user account rules setting up in the system. Means what is the user IDs that should be taken, like employees, emails, or employee first name, last name, like that. Let's suppose team in the system, client going with a rule like every employee user ID should be their email team. That is what they've gone with. We will see how to configure that rules in our next coming sessions team. But unfortunately, when hiring happening team, HR did not capture the email ID details of the employee team. So system cannot create the user account automatically. So what I'm trying to tell is any data discrepancies are there whenever HR hiring the employees in the system might not create the user accounts automatically. The user account rule, the user accounts for the employees will not be created automatically. In that matter team, we can able to generate the user accounts manually. Not only for employees team, come to our team. We are the implementation consultants for the client. We will not be hired in the system team. Our 10 members, whoever is the team deploying in the project, we will not be hired in the client's organization. So we will not be the employees in the client's organization team. But still, we all of us require the user account access for logging into the system and start working in the application team. So how the user accounts for us will be defined team, manual way of creation is the option. For employees, system automatically will generate. If not employees, just user accounts we are creating team for the implementation team. Then manually you can create the user accounts team. Okay. So these are the two options we have in user account creation in Fusion application team. Now, when we go for a project team, what client will do, client will create one user for our team members and they will give to us team. One super user, basically for our project manager or someone, they will create one user account with all the access and they will give team. We will log in with that user ID and password and we will create the user accounts for rest of all other team members team. That is the ideal approach that happens in every project. What is that? When we are about to start the project, we require the access to the client's application team because we have to start configuring all the things in the system. So what client side IT team will do, they will give one user ID for all of us, basically team. For our project manager or someone, they will create one user ID with all the access roles or the concepts which will be their team to give the access in the system. One user account they will give. So we will log in with that user account and we will create the user accounts for all of other team members team. So we are not employees in the system. We require just user account to log in into the system. So I'm going to show the concept of creating the user account for the implementation consultant. Once we get into the project, how we can create our user accounts by using one login that client given to our project manager or someone team. How I'm using the credentials. Let's suppose now I'm logging in with HCM underscore IMPL. HCM implementation user I received, let's assume team. So I'm logging in with my user ID and password team. And where I should go to start configuring the user accounts for all the team members team. In Fusion application, the entire security will be built on a one single functional area called security console. In the entire Fusion application team, the security concept will be handled in a one single area called security console. Once after logging into the system team, come to these tools. We have something called tools available here team. Go to tools. Under tools, we have something called security console team. Okay, give me 1 second. Someone disabled all these functional areas on the Springboard. Actually, my user HCM underscore IMPL having all access in the system team. He's supposed to see all these functional areas. Whatever I'm seeing on the navigator, all these things have to be seen. Someone probably from your team also yesterday when we given access to some of you might disabled all these things. So please ignore what I'm doing. Just I'm making enable all the components team so that it will be shown fully on the Springboard area. So you can customize your Springboard also team like this. Any functionalities, if you want to hide from the Springboard, you can hide, you can enable and you can disable all this stuff. Okay. So now see team, everything came. So now team, go to tools. Okay. Go to tools. Under tools, we have something called team security console. So this is the functional area. Under the tools functional area, if you go, we have a sub-functional area here called security console. This is what I am talking about, team. In Fusion application, the entire security concept will be handled in a one single area called security console, team. So go to this security console. Okay. Then you will land upon this page, rules. First section will be rules. I will come to this in next 10 minutes, team. Rules. Then come to users here. Come to users here. So here you can able to access what are all the user accounts that are available in the system. So now I'm going to start how to create the user account in the system for the employees team. I mean, not for the employees, basically other than employees, just user accounts if we have to create, basically for our implementation team. By using one login that client given team, okay, the project manager login or something from our team. We logged into the system and we are going to see now how to create user accounts for rest of the team members team. Okay. So once you come to this user section, you will land upon this user accounts team. Here we have something called add user account. See, so click on add user account team. Click on add user account team. And then here you will land upon this page, add user account. And here associated person information and associated person type. We have two options team typically. One is none and the other one is worker. We have two options available. What are they? Associated person type, none and worker. See team, if you are creating the user account as an admin manually for an employee in the system, as I told you team, for employees, whenever we are hiring them, automatically system will generate the user account team. But let's say due to some data discrepancy, system have not generated the user account for the employee team. As a HR admin, HR have to manually define the user account for that employees. If you are creating the user account for an existing employee record that you already hired in the system, then team person type choose as worker. If you are creating a user account for the worker in the system, employee, choose worker team. Then one more field triggered here, worker name. Already employee you hired. So employee data you can able to search here team. Search worker. So I'm searching by name, some John. See, all the employees in the system with the name John who not having the user accounts, I could able to see here team. So I'm selecting John Bernard. Okay, select it and click on OK team. So see the employee details taken, first name, last name, then the username, everything. So this is team manually creating the user account for an employee record in the system. Basically, employees will be hired in the core HR module team. Yesterday I have navigated to hire an employee screen, right? From that, HRs will hire the employee. So for any employee, due to any data discrepancy, user account not created by system automatically, HR admin can come to security console, users, and then team, they could able to create the user account like this. Select the person type worker and worker name you can select and you can do. But now team, I'm creating the user account for our implementation team, not for any employee in the system, not for any employee in the system. We are creating for our implementation team. We are not employees in the client organization team. Just user accounts are required for us. Just user accounts required for us, team. Okay. Then team, don't choose worker. Keep it as none. Okay, 1 second. Let me go back and come in again. Come to add user account. Then choose person type as none. If you are creating just user accounts for the implementation team, for our teammates, we are not employees in the client organization. We will not be hired in the system team. Then keep the person type as none and create the user accounts team. Account information. Make sure when you creating the user account, this should be active. Locked, if you select and if you create team, it's useless. The user cannot log in with his credentials team. When Kumar, the locking of account will happen, when the employee account will become inactive, I will come to that in next 15 minutes team. Whenever you creating the user account, keep this in mind. You have to keep it active and you have to define. Then advanced configuration also available team. If client implementing single sign-on, we have a component team. This will be handled by technical people. Single sign-on team means if your client company using different applications team, they are using Oracle Fusion, they are using some other applications also. They are using Microsoft for their Outlook, for their ticketing tool, like they are using Teams, different applications they are using team. For all the applications, if they want their common user ID and password, you can able to enable the single sign-on team. But for single sign-on to enable, we have a different configuration that which has to be done team. It's an additional info, not mandatory. It's not like every client will be going with single sign-on team. If you want that, you can enable team. Then come to user information. So user category, by default, we could able to see a value coming as default. What is this? You will come to know in next 20 minutes team. So here you give the dates. Sorry, you give the details team. First name, last name, email. So let's say I'm configuring the user by name, Kumar, first name, last name is Triotech. I'm giving first name of the user is Kumar, last name is Triotech. Now see team, I will come to next field. I will keep my cursor on email. The moment I keep my cursor on email, what happens here team? User name coming as what? Kumar dot Triotech. First name dot last name. From where this rule taken up team? Who told the system whenever we creating the user accounts, the username format should be first name dot last name? We have the concept called user account rule setup. We have a concept of user account rules. We have user account rule setup in the system team, like what should be the username format, what format system should consider for username. Next, when I keep my cursor on password team, I could able to see password policy coming up, at least 8 characters simple and 1 number. From where these all are coming? Can I have the provision to change these formats? My client asking Kumar, every user email ID should be the username. Yes, team, we can achieve that requirement. See here, when we creating the user accounts in the system, there is something called a user category. And by default, I can see an option coming as default category team. So in this default user category, all that rules related to the system, user account creation, username, format, password policies, we can define team. We have a separate task here, see, user categories. Whatever we are seeing here, that we are seeing in categories. So that I will tell you team. First, let me complete creating the user account, how the access is working and all. Then I will talk about user categories. If time permits today or in tomorrow's session, I will introduce that one team. Okay. Right team. I have given first name, last name. If email ID also, if you want to give, you can give team Kumar at the rate Triotech Software Trainings.com. I am giving as of now in real time, whatever is the user account. Okay. In real time, whatever you want, you have to give team. As of now, I am giving this one, Kumar at the rate Triotech Software Trainings.com. Okay. Then username taken up team, first name dot last name. Then password you have to give here. What is the password you want to give? So something I am giving here, test at the rate 123. Then confirming the password team, test at the rate 123. I am giving team. So till here, user account creation completed. So Kumar, is it fine? If I just create the user account, is it fine? No team. By logging with this user, to what functionalities the user should able to access in the system? When I log in with my user team, HCM_IMPL, on the home screen, on the springboard or on the navigator, how many functionalities I could able to see team? Different functional areas, different sub-functional areas under them, right or wrong? So whenever we configuring the user account in the system for any user team, after we providing the user information team, system will ask us to capture the roles. What is this roles concept, Kumar? In Fusion application team, the entire security concept will be working on a one single concept called RBAC. What is RBAC? Roles based access control. The full form of RBAC is what team? Roles based access control. So take it as granted team. An important interview question to be noted also. Star mark interview question. How in the Fusion application the security will be working? In the entire Fusion application team, the concept of security will be working on a one single concept called RBAC, roles based access control. If anyone have e-business suite background, in EBS you used to have responsibilities. For every employee to give access team, you used to add the responsibility. But Oracle replacing the responsibility concept in Fusion application, they came up with a concept called roles. So for every module that we have in the system team, so we have a couple of modules, right? So for every modules we have in the system, Oracle, in order to access them, standardly delivered certain roles team. I will list out some of them here. For example, core HR you have. In order to access all the functionalities in core HR module, we have the roles available called human resource manager or human resource specialist. Okay. Then for reports, we have human resource analyst. So these are the roles Oracle given in order to access core HR, absence, and talent team. For these three modules, if you have to access in the system, their functionalities, these roles are required to be assigned to your user account. Then payroll module you take. We have the roles available like payroll manager, payroll administrator, okay, like that team. Okay. Then team, we have compensation module. For compensation team, we have the roles like compensation manager, compensation administrator. Like that, we have roles available. For benefits, we have benefits manager, then benefits administrator. Like that, we have roles for benefits module team. I'm listing out some of them. I will give the list later on team. Then for OTL also, these modules are, these roles are sufficient team. Then OLC, if you take Oracle Learning Cloud, to access them, you have the roles like learning specialist, Then we have some other roles. Some of them I'm listing out for each module team. Then for ORC, Oracle Recruiting Cloud, you have recruiting specialist, then hiring manager, etc. like that team. So for every business area in the system, in order to access the respective functionalities, screens, configurations in that area's team, Oracle designates certain roles for them. So for every module, for every functional area in the system, Oracle standardly delivers the roles in the application team. See, within the concept of roles, we have different types of roles available team. Like we have, if I talk about types of roles, okay. If I talk about types of roles, we have something like team. Let me list out. I won't explain today, but let me list out. We have job roles, we have data roles, then we have abstract roles, then we have duty roles or aggregate privileges. Like that team, we have different types within the roles. But what are the types of roles available? When we will be configuring the custom roles, that all I will take up later team. A separate session on security administration I'm going to take once we complete our functional training team. Because first of all, I want you people to be familiar with all the functionalities, what configurations we have in each of the module. Then I will deep dive into the roles concept separately. Now my prior concentration that everyone in the session to be clear on one aspect team. How in the Fusion application, once you deploy into the project, how the user accounts for our team members we should be creating, or for employees in the system, how the user accounts will be creating team. Roles concept by default for every functional area or the module, Oracle given standard roles team. But within that, we have the scope to customize them and create the custom roles with some functionality restrictions, data restrictions, accordingly as per the client requirement. That we will take up later team. So what is the concept here? In Fusion application, whatever the user account that is there, for every user, certain roles will be assigned to them. So as per his job, as per his assignment, as per his work that he is working in the organization, to what are all the functionalities that user should be given access team, the respective roles we have to tag to that user. So here itself team, whenever we creating the user account in the system, after capturing the user details, we have next section roles. Click on add role. Okay. And here you could able to see all the roles that what Oracle delivers in the system team. So along with these module related roles team, we have some basic roles available like employee role, line manager role like that. So if I search with team, I could able to see that roles. From where these all are coming, Kumar? In the system, Oracle delivers already the standard seeded roles team for everything. So we have one basic role for employees that I'm adding team, means this will give access to basic information to that user team. Like once he log in, he could able to access his own personal information at least. That is basic employee role which will assign for every one team. When you search with employee, I could able to see many duplications. I have one employee, then this one also employee, then here employee copy, then many things. What are these? Why Kumar duplications are coming? See, when you working, keep one thing in mind. When you search for a role to assign to the employee, this is the role name and this is the role code. ORA. ORA stands for Oracle. ORA. Rest of all are duplications team. In the concept of roles, as I told you, we have the scope to customize and you can create your own custom roles also team on top of Oracle delivered roles. So someone like you and me, when they're practicing in this instance, they duplicated and they created the copy rules team, custom rules. Please ignore them. When you are practicing also, please pick up Oracle delivered one. If the name and the code starting with Aura, that is Oracle delivered standard one team. So select that role, employee, and click on add role membership. Close it team, and you could able to see that role assigned to this user. Let me create the account with this single role of employee, and let us see what access this person Kumar getting in the system team. Then we will add some more roles and we will see how the concept of role-based access control is working in the Fusion application team. Now I am creating the user account. With only one role assigned to this user team. Let me save and close. Now see team. Okay. Now see team, the user account creation completed. If you want to check out whether your user created in the system or not, in this users tab only team in user account, we went here to create new user account. If you want to search existing user accounts in the system team, you can search from here. You can filter or you can search with username if you know. You can search with email ID, last name, first name. You can search with anything team. Let me search with Kumar.Triotech because I know his user ID what I have given. Now see team. See, this is the person I could able to see. See, username Kumar.Triotech, and this is the email that employee having team. Now what I will do team, let me try to sign out from my login team, that whatever the admin login that which I have used. Now I'm trying to log in with my Kumar.Triotech, whatever is the user that I created team. Kumar.Triotech. Okay. Then I will give the password team, that what I have given, test@123. Okay. So user ID is not uppercase or lowercase centric. You can give anything. It will take team. So I'm trying to log in with my new user ID that which I created just now team. Kumar.Triotech. I have given the password and let me click on sign in. Now see team, I could able to sign in into the system. Team. Right. Good morning, Kumar Triotech. See, and I could able to see only limited functional areas here team. I have me. So as I told team, as we added only one basic role called employee, this is employee self-service, we will call it Fusion system team. He is having access to that one. He can able to check his personal info. Then procurement, and even if you see tools team, where is security console in these tools? Others, if you see, if you come to navigator team, see, only basic functional areas I could able to see. If I come to settings and action team, see, only limited options I could able to see. Where is that administration area? Nothing team. Why? This is how the concept of roles working in the system. You created the user account, but what you did, you added only one role to the employee. The basic employee role you added to the employee. That is the reason how the access is being provisioned. Now what I will do team, I will try to log in back with my super user login team. Super user means the user with all roles. Basically, we will call it a super user with our role user that which client given to us team. So let me sign in back with my user, that is HCM_IMPL, and let me try to add some more roles to the user account team. What I will do, I will go to tools again. Okay, tools. Then I'm going to security console. Then let me go to users. Okay. Now let me search with our employee, our user account team for Kumar. whatever we created, Kumar.Triotech. Okay. Now, as an admin team, if you want to add some more roles to the user, or if you want to do any sort of updations, corrections, anything, you can come to user account, search the user, you can click on that user account team. Okay. You will land upon user account details. You will land upon user account details. Here we have team edit button. If you want to reset the password of the employee, you can able to do this. I will tell this in next 5 minutes. Come to edit team. So the entire details of that user account will be editable. Let's say username if you want to correct, first name, last name, email, if anything you want to correct, you can do here team. And see here, password expiration date trigger automatically with effective of January 29, 2024. What is this, Kumar? Who told that employee password should expire? We are on October 31st, November 31st, December 31st, January 29. Means 90 days exactly from today. From today, exactly 90th day, the password expiration date trigger. That all comes from this category team. Whenever we creating the user account, the username format, password policy, password expiration in the system, everything we can customize team in the default category we have in the system. So that I will take in tomorrow's session. Today it will not, I cannot cover that in the time that we have team. That we will see in this category, keep in mind. Okay. Then team, I want to add further more roles to the employee. Let us see by adding more roles. Click on add role. Then team, along with the employee, I will try to add these roles, whatever I have listed out team. Okay. Core HR module access I want to give. Core HR absence and payroll access. Then I'm searching with team, human resource manager. So whatever you see the role code starting with Aura, only consider that one team. These are copies of that main role. Add role membership, that will got added here. Okay. Next we have team human resource specialist. Aura, I'm picking up specialist. Then next we have team payroll administrator I'm adding. Okay. Because payroll module access also I want to give. Payroll administrator access I'm adding. Then I want to give compensation access also team. Then compensation admin, compensation manager. See all the roles you could able to see here team when you search here because they are Oracle delivered standard. Let's say I want to give OLC module access also to this user. Learning specialist. See, I'm searching with this. So all roles will be available here team. When you click on add role, whatever the rules that Oracle delivered in the system for all the functional areas or the module, you could able to access them team. Click on add role and you can able to add. If you want access to this administration area team, because team going forward from tomorrow, if I have to start with my core HR module absence or anything, I require this administration access team. Why? Because we have one task available here called setup and maintenance team. That is our FSM task in the Fusion application, functional setup manager task. So every module related setups or configurations, if I have to access in the system, I should go to setup and maintenance and I have to search for the setups and I have to configure team. So if you require this application implementation related stuff, this administration area team, then also we have certain roles available team. I'm listing out all of them. You can make a note of it. This Excel anyhow I will be sharing to all the participants. We have the roles like team, application implementation consultant. Okay. We have the roles available like this team. Then application implementation manager. Okay. Then application implementation administrator. We have the roles available to access that administration work area team. Okay. And this security console team. when a user login into the system, if the user should be given security console access, then for this also team, we have a role available called IT security manager role. Because see, as a HCM underscore IMPL login, when I log in into the system, under tools, I used to see security console. But when Kumar Triotech login under tools, security console is not available. So in order to access security console, we have IT security manager role available team. Keep one thing in mind, very simple. For every functionality in the system, every functional area or the module in the system, we have the respective role to access that in the system team. So whenever we configuring the user account in the system, to what are all the areas that person should be given access, the respective roles we will assign. Let's say I will add some more roles team like these roles. Application implementation consultant. See, pick up the Aura one. Application implementation consultant. Okay, job copy is not required. Then application implementation manager. Okay, manager. Then application implementation administrator. Okay, let me add this role also team. IT security manager. See, IT security manager. Even this role also I'm adding to our user Kumar Triotech team. So whatever the roles that I want to add, all that roles we have to add to the user account like this. Now let me click on save and close team. Okay. Let me click on save and close team and let us try to log in with this user account team and let us check it out whether any functionalities or the concepts enhance it to this user or not. So what I will do, let me click on done. Let me open as of now in incognito. Anything that you can use, let me open, because in that, let it be with our HCM underscore IMPL login. Let me signing in now with Kumar.Triotech team. Okay. Kumar.Triotech. Then password I am giving of this login. Now let me check out team. What features that employee can, that user can able to see now. Now I'm logging in with Kumar.Triotech in the system. Go to home. Okay. Now see team, how many things that you could able to see. Earlier only 3 or 4 functional areas you could able to see. Correct? Even in the navigator, if you go also, this me procurement, only 3 or 4 available. But now see team, how many things added? How many things added? Me procurement. Now see, my client groups added. In my client groups, you can see goals, performance, talent review. You added learning specialist also, learning. You added payroll also, payroll, whatnot team. All the things we can able to see here. You added benefits also to the employee, benefits. Okay. All functional areas you could able to see. Now tools, if you go team, under tools, now you could able to see the security console also for Kumar Triotech. See, and if you come to right side settings and actions team, you can able to see this administration work area also came to Kumar Triotech. How come these functionalities came to this user? Based on the roles that we assigned to the user. This is what the concept of roles based access control in the Fusion application team. Whenever we creating the user account in the system, whatever the roles that we added to the user, that functionalities or that module related functionalities or the functional areas will be enabled to the user team. This is how in the Fusion application, the roles based access control will work team. Okay, right team. Now let me go back. Let me go back. Further, as an admin, what else you can do in the system for a user account team? So as I told team, for my employee or any user account team as an admin, if I come to user account and if I search the account, I can click on this account team and I can edit and I can able to change any other attributes. If I want to update, I can do the corrections, updation, any roles I want to further add, I can able to do. Here I have team reset password. Let's suppose team, the employee or the user forgot the password to his account team. He requesting the HR or the management to provide the password reset team. So admins can able to come to user account details, get into this user account, click on reset password, and then they can able to perform here. Automatically generate password if I select and if I click on reset team. This user to his email, whatever is the email we given team, to his email, password reset link will be triggered team. If not, as a HR, if you want to manually reset the password and share the password to the employee team, then choose manually and here you can have the option team. You can update the password, new password, confirm the password and you can select team. Okay, see when we are configuring the password, when we are resetting the password, some policy coming up here. It should be 8 characters and 1 number lengthy word. From where it is coming means, I told you, right? In the category level under which we created the user account, that all configurations we have to do team. That I will tell later. From here, you can reset the password team. Okay. Then if you click on done team, we have the actions button here also. In the user account page also, we have the actions button team where the HR admins can perform couple of things from here. What is this team? Lock account. What happens, Kumar, when I lock the account? When you lock the account team, if the user trying to log in with his credentials, it will not work. But basically, when you will lock the user account team, whenever you are trying to log in into the system, more than 3 times, if you given wrong password, more than 3 times, sorry, okay, more than 3 months, sorry, more than 3 times, if you wrongly giving the password team, then automatically the account will get locked team. Or let's suppose team, there is some issue happened in the organization, company suspended the employee for 15 days. So for 15 days, we want to hold his access team. We don't want to give access to the employee to access to the application portal. Then HR admin can come to the user account team. Then manually they can able to lock the account. See, now I locked the account team. Locked, yes. When it is locked, okay, sorry. Let me go to that incognito. Let me try to log in now team with kumar.triotech. Check it out whether system will allow or not. I am giving kumar.triotech. Okay. Then I'm trying to log in with my credentials team. See now, the user logging with his credentials now. What system is telling? Authentication failed because his account locked in the system. So whenever the account is locked, employee or the user cannot log in into the application team. So this is manually HR or admin locking the account team. But by default, if you are trying to log in into the system 3 times with a wrong password, that is a static maximum threshold team. We don't have the option to customize that in this SaaS application. System will automatically lock. Then if HR employee intimate to the HR team, that HR admin should come to user account, then come to actions and they can unlock the account like this. Unlock here. Now the account got unlocked team. Now try it out. The same credentials you use, kumar.triotech test at the rate 123 my password and I'm trying to sign in. Now see team, without any issue, my screen is loading. Kumar could able to log in into the system. See, that is about team, the lock account. When the user account lock, it will happen like that team. Then we have reset password. See, you can reset the password from here team, or else you can able to do even from here also team actions button, and we have the reset password here also. Both the ways you can able to do the employee password reset team. Then let's suppose team, you created the user account wrongly. You want to delete the user account permanently from the system. You have delete user account team. If you click on delete, permanently this user account in the system will be deleted team. So employee if tries also doesn't work out anything. That is delete user account team. Then compare users. As a HR admin, if you want to compare any two users in the organization team, one is Kumar Triotech, go to compare user. I want to compare Mr. Kumar with another user team. What are the roles that they have in the system, both the people? To what functionalities they have access? We can able to compare here. Okay. So I have employee by name, Mr. Curtis Piety in this system. One more account team. Okay. And you can click on compare team. So system will do the comparison between both these users to what functionalities both the people have access. This is just for information purpose team. Ideally, if a admin or a HR want to whatever to say, verify or compare two people in the system, you can use this functionality team. But to be frank, very less used concept. Basically, it won't take this much of time, but as such, the training environments that we are using team, we expect certain delayness in this because of its performance team, server level performance. So it's taking a bit of time. But ideally team, when you compare here, the results will display here team. All the screens, the functionalities list you can see, and you can see the green color checkbox will be coming up if they have access to that screen, and red color will come if they are not having access. So between two users, if you want to compare team, you can able to use this compare users option team. Okay. Then see like sorry, right team, that you can anyhow check it out when you are practicing. Then we have copy user team. What is this copy user? Let's suppose I want to create one more user account in the system. That user also should have the same roles what our Kumar Triotech having currently team. So you can copy the user team. See, if you copy user, all roles whatever Kumar is having, you will be copying rather than going to add user account, creating that user name, everything, and adding one by one all the roles again team. Simply you can take Kumar reference, copy user. See, now you land upon add user account. But see, all roles what Kumar is having currently got copied here team. So you can create the user account now, first name, last name, and you can click on save and close. It will make the HR works easy to create the user account team. So that is copy user functionality we have. Then we have team user account status here. When the status will become inactive, manually if you want to do, you can do team. Inactive means going forward, I don't want to use this account anymore. This guy left the organization, let's say team. Then you can inactive that particular account team, save and close. Now see the status will change it to inactive. If it is inactive also, the user credentials will not work in the system. This is manually as an admin, I have did the inactive. But ideally when in the system, the user accounts automatically will become inactive means if it is a employee login team, when employee submitted the resignation in the system, termination in the system, automatically with effective to his last working date, the employee account will become inactive. That is standard behavior in the system team. But manually, as an admin, if you want, you can come to the user account. You can able to active, inactive like that team. Do that account like that team. So these are the things that which we can discuss in today's session team as part of user account creation. That too, manually how to create the user account. This automatically how system generating when we talking about our core HR module, whenever we hiring the employees in the system, I will show you team. But now I hope everyone understood. Once we get into the project, once the client side IT team created one user account for our team members, for our project manager and given to us, by using that, how we can create user accounts for all of our teammates, how the roles to be assignable to the user account, that all we have seen team. So this is how the users in the Fusion application can be created team. As I told, roles concept, we have to discuss again deep dively team. In real time, you will be having the requirements from the client to customize the roles because as per the business requirement, they want to restrict some functionalities to the employee. They want to restrict some data in the employee's team. So we have to create the custom roles. We have something called data roles team. These are the custom roles that we will be creating in the system to assign to the employees. So this topic of role management, we will be talking again once we complete our functional module training, like core HR, absence, okay, payroll. Once we complete these modules, I will take again this concept of security from the context of roles, and I will explain how to customize the roles team. As of now, I want everyone to be understanding how we can define the user accounts manually in the system, how to assign the Oracle standard rules for that user account, and how the access concept is working in the Fusion system. I want everyone to be clear team. In tomorrow's session, okay, I will be talking further about user account rules. Means team, whenever I'm configuring the user account in the system, the username format taken up automatically as first name dot last name, password taking up as 8 characters, one number. After creating the user account, password expiration date exactly 90th day taken up. From where all these are coming? From this category team. So how to set up the user account rules in the system? What should be the user ID for every employee? What should be the password complexity? What should be the password expiry settings? Further, we have some other rules we have to discuss, team. This topic I will take in tomorrow's session. Okay. So any questions as such in today's topic, online people? Or everything is clear? What is the key difference between inactive and locked? See, locked means account will be active in the system, but from the point of restricting the user to log in, we are restricting. But inactive, usually when we will use means employee account will be permanently inactivated. Means employee, once he resigned the job, he left the organization, we will use inactive. When the account become inactive, when the user submitted the resignation, all the roles from his user account will be revoked. Okay. And from the point of Oracle cloud subscription, there will be the impact here. What is that means? Whenever customer buy this product from Oracle, Oracle will sell the product based upon the number of users that using the application team. So if you make the account inactive, then that number of count will be reduced from the subscription when client paying the fee to Oracle. Like that. Okay. Am I clear, Gaurav?
I have a question.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Kumar, I have a question. Let's say, for example, HR hired 50 employees in the organization, and for all those 50 employees, the roles are completely different. In that case, again, HR need to revisit this and need to add the roles manually.
Not required. Within the concept of roles also, we have automation available. Something called auto provisioning of roles. So whenever you configuring your custom roles, you have to set up certain conditions over there. Okay. For every role in the system, you can write a rule. If employee hiring in this legal entity, in this department, in this position, these roles are eligible like that. So when you are hiring the employee, when user account automatically creating, even the roles also will auto trigger to the employee.
Okay, and in which cases the user accounts, how the HR will get to know whether the user account is not created for an employee in any of the cases?
They have to run the report.
Okay.
Some user account report they have to run in the backend. Only employee will be intimated. Whatever the email that we have given here, employee will be getting the email notification stating that your user account created. But HR have to track means they have to run the report based upon the date parameters or something. Today I hired 10 people. I will run the report at the end of the day and I will check.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Ashmat, for every client and Springboard will be same or change depending upon the rules given to us. So basically, Hashmat, it's all depending upon the rules. Whatever the rules the user having, these functionalities will be different. It's not from the client, it is from the point of the employee logging into the system. Whatever the rules that we added to that user, only that functionalities he could able to see in the Springboard, not anything else. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, hi Kumar.
Yes, Safan.
So yeah, I have one question.
Mhm.
So in our system, two types of users, right? The normal users and the HCM users.
And
So
I mean,
normal,
implementation users, you can call it.
yeah, the normal users can be deleted, right? But how we can delete the HCM users, like the person number which we created, like
I mean, you're asking that only just user accounts you can create. Can we also create the employee user accounts also? That is the question.
yeah. So employee user accounts, can we delete those employee user accounts?
You can create the same way. You can search the account, you can go to actions button and you can delete.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Any account you can able to delete in the system. It might be employee or it might be just direct user account which we created today.
Mm-hmm. But the HCM user is still in the system, right? It will not
Employee
be.
record will be there. Account might be
Yeah.
deleted, but worker record will be there. If you want to clear that one from core HR module, you have to delete his person record from the system. You have to cancel the work relationship.
Yeah, the termination process, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
no termination. If you want to permanently clear that record means you have to cancel the work relationship. You have something called a
Okay.
cancel work relationship in system. You have to do.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kumar.
Thank you. So, right, team. So, team, for maximum people attending today, or even some have not attended, but many of you who have confirmed their enrollments team, we have shared the access to the course dashboard. Instance access will be sharing today to every participant. Whoever not received the enrollment email, probably you might not be confirmed their enrollments with payment team. So I request whoever yet to complete the payments, please complete today so that it will be shared with the environment access and also the course dashboard access, and you will be looped into the WhatsApp group as well, team. Thank you, everyone, team. Let's join back tomorrow. So as I told again, tomorrow we'll be having the new meeting link. We'll be getting by today, end of the day, in the WhatsApp group who enrolled team. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's join back tomorrow, team.